Dancehall music has long been a genre defined by competition, lyrical clashes, and the pursuit of dominance. At the heart of this battle for supremacy stands Beenie Man, a veteran of the industry who has, for decades, referred to himself as the King of Dancehall. While Beenie Man's influence on the genre is undeniable, his persistent need to defend this title, especially against Vybz Kartel, may be doing more harm than good to his legacy. Emerging as a child star in the early 1980s, Beenie Man gained prominence in the 1990s with a string of hit songs, including Who Am I, Girls Dem Sugar, and Roll Me. His ability to blend infectious melodies with hardcore dancehall lyrics made him one of the most versatile artists of his time. His dominance during this period was solidified with his Grammy-winning album, Art and Life, in the year 2000, and a consistent presence on the international stage. By the early 2000s, Beenie Man had positioned himself as the undisputed leader of dancehall, with his self-proclaimed title of King largely accepted by fans and industry insiders alike. However, as dancehall evolved and new artists emerged, particularly Vybz Kartel, the conversation around who truly holds the crown began to shift. Instead of gracefully transitioning into the role of a respected elder statesman, Beenie Man has found himself locked in a seemingly never-ending battle to prove his relevance. Emerging in the early 2000s, Kartel quickly became a dominant force in dancehall, known for his unmatched lyricism, innovation, and cultural influence. His ability to connect with younger audiences, reinvent his sound, and stay relevant even when he was behind bars has led many to crown him as the new King of Dancehall. Rather than embracing the natural evolution of the genre, Beenie Man has repeatedly dismissed Kartel's claim to the throne, often engaging in public disputes and verbal sparring over the title. This insistence on maintaining his status as the sole King of Dancehall has made Beenie Man appear desperate, as if he fears that acknowledging Kartel's impact would somehow diminish his own legacy. One key way Beenie Man's obsession with the King title is hurting his legacy is through public perception. There is a thin line between confidence and arrogance, and Beenie Man's constant insistence on his superiority often comes across as arrogance. Fans and industry insiders have begun to see his arguments not as a display of confidence, but rather as an unnecessary and insecure attempt to hold on to the past. Unlike artists such as Bounty Killer, who has gracefully transitioned into a mentor role for younger artists, Beenie Man continues to seek validation for a title that no longer holds the same weight it once did. His refusal to acknowledge the changing tides in dancehall makes him appear disconnected from the current state of the genre.
More ask the new artists them, when they go foreign and people say reggae dancehall artists, how they feel?
Yeah, the dancehall.
Yeah, more and get up, yeah. How they feel, Bridget? When man say reggae dancehall artists, rare. Reggae dancehall artists, rare. Come they are foreign, you know. And I say Skillibeng win Mobo's award, you know. Reggae dancehall album. Skillibeng, do you have yourself as a reggae dancehall artist? This. Yeah. This are the thing. You cannot disrespect yourself as a Jamaican. And this is what they might do. And the man say, me I fight against young artists. And me I fight against this. And me I do this. And you have to have yourself as Jamaican. If you don't have yourself as Jamaican, where you go?
Mm-hmm.
What Jamaican do? Reggae, dancehall.
Instead of embracing the evolution of dancehall and celebrating the success of newer artists, he continues to fight a battle that no longer needs to be fought. Another major consequence of Beenie Man's obsession with the King title is that it distracts from opportunities for growth and reinvention. Many veteran artists in other genres have successfully transitioned into new roles, whether as mentors, business moguls, or cultural ambassadors. Instead of focusing on creating new music that resonates with today's audience or positioning himself as a bridge between dancehall's past and future, Beenie Man remains fixated on proving that he is still on top. This refusal to evolve has prevented him from capitalizing on opportunities that could further cement his legacy. Arguably, the most damaging aspect of Beenie Man's obsession with the King title is its impact on his music. Instead of focusing on releasing groundbreaking material, his career has been overshadowed by debates and conflicts. While he has continued to release music, much of it has not had the same impact as his earlier work. This is partially due to shifting musical trends, but also because his focus has been more on status than artistry. Meanwhile, Vybz Kartel and others have continued to dominate dancehall through innovative sounds, fresh collaborations, and engagement with the younger generation. If Beenie Man were to shift his focus back to the music rather than the title, he could potentially reclaim some of his former dominance. Despite the damage his obsession with the King title has caused, Beenie Man still has the opportunity to salvage his legacy. Here are a few ways he can do so. Embrace his role as a dancehall elder. Instead of fighting for the crown, Beenie Man should take on the role of a mentor, helping to guide the next generation of dancehall artists. This would earn him respect and solidify his status as a foundational figure in the genre. Rather than engaging in public disputes, he should let his music do the talking. A strong album or major collaboration could remind fans why he is one of the greatest dancehall artists of all time. Acknowledge the evolution of dancehall. Recognizing that dancehall has changed and that newer artists like Vybz Kartel have also made significant contributions would demonstrate maturity and respect for the genre's growth. Expand beyond the genre, venturing into business, cultural ambassadorship, or even film could help him remain relevant beyond music. Avoid unnecessary conflicts. Rather than engaging in feuds over the title, he should focus on celebrating dancehall success as a whole. Beenie Man is undeniably one of the greatest dancehall artists of all time. His contributions to the genre are legendary, and his influence can still be felt today. However, his obsession with holding onto the King of Dancehall title has overshadowed his achievements, making him appear insecure rather than confident in his legacy. Instead of engaging in endless debates over a title that fans will ultimately decide, Beenie Man should focus on embracing his legendary status, making great music, and supporting the next generation of artists. Only then can he ensure that his legacy remains untarnished, and that he is remembered not just as a self-proclaimed king, but as a true icon of dancehall music.